years ago, way back in history, people in the land of Greece created Greek mythology. They believed the world was ruled by gods and goddesses too. They were given special powers, but looked like me and you. Gods and goddesses of Greek mythology, living legends from ancient history. In the heavens they look like royalty. Gods and goddesses of Greek mythology.
Rising mightily between Thessaly and Macedonia in the land of ancient Greece was mythical Mount Olympus, the home of the gods. The early Greeks believed that each of the 12 gods had a palace along the broad summit of the mountain that stood invisible in the clouds. The most beautiful of the palaces belonged to Zeus, ruler of all the gods. On this day, the heavens stood still as Zeus was awaiting the birth of his child. The mother was Alcmene, wife of the former king of Mycenae, and she was due to give birth within hours.
So, another child of yours is about to be born down on Earth.
A special child, Hera, a son. His name will be Hercules, and he will be born before sunrise.
And what makes this one so special?
He will grow up to become a courageous hero whose fame will echo throughout Greece. And one day, he will be king.
Are you saying, dear Zeus, that the baby who was born inside that palace before sunrise will become the next king?
Exactly, my dear wife.
And what you say is absolute?
That is my will.
Thank you, noble Zeus. Enjoy the view.
Unknown to Zeus, the new king's wife was also about to give birth, although her child was not due to be born for another 2 months. But Hera knew, and that night she used her magic to teach Zeus a lesson.
I bring news, almighty Zeus.
What is it, Hermes?
A royal son has been born in the palace.
Hercules.
No, the son was born to the wife of the king. His name is Eurystheus.
What? This is the work of your spiteful magic, isn't it, Hera?
Really? Oh, noble Zeus, what is my power compared to yours?
You do not fool me, Hera, but mark my words. While Eurystheus will someday be king, his name will soon be forgotten. But my son, Hercules, will perform deeds so glorious that his name will be remembered forever.
The next morning, another cry was heard. And Hercules was born. Born, too, was the rivalry between a future hero and a future king.
My anger is not at you, Hercules, but at Zeus. He must suffer as I have suffered. So I ask forgiveness for what I am about to do. But taking your life is the only way to punish him.
You are no ordinary child, my son. Even Hera's magic is no match for you.
The story of what happened that fateful night spread quickly throughout the world, and the legend of Hercules began. Hercules was cheered wherever he went, and as his fame spread across the land, Eurystheus' envy turned to hatred. For despite his own strength and skills, Hercules always managed to defeat him. The two men who had once been boyhood friends had now become enemies.
As we race, Hercules, do not forget that soon I'll be your king. You're not suggesting that I let you win, are you, Eurystheus? I give no quarter, nor do I expect any. Even a king must earn respect. May the best man win. I shall.
Faster, Hercules! Faster!
We shall soon see who the better athlete is. It's time for some respect, Hercules.
Hercules!
What a strange way you have of driving! A true champion wins with skill, Eurystheus, not treachery. My skill is equal to yours. Then prove it, my one-time friend!
Hercules, you did it!
Hercules was not only without peer on the athletic field, but he had proven himself to be a fierce and courageous warrior. To all the world, he had become a hero, and now his marriage to Megara was only a day away.
You're so quiet, Hercules. Is something wrong?
Tomorrow, when the bells toll for our marriage, Eurystheus becomes king.
Is that what's bothering you? I thought it was something serious. Or would you rather be king than my husband?
If I had been born first, I could be king and your husband.
Then I'd have to be queen. I'd have to watch what I say. I couldn't laugh in public. I'd have to be solemn all the time. No, queens are boring.
You could get used to it.
Not me. Life is too short for such a grim venture. Besides, the people already look up to you as if you were a king. You're their hero. The brave, fearless, magnificent Hercules!
Hey, watch out with that thing!
Oh, Hercules, I love you for who you are, not for some throne upon which you might sit.
And I love you, Megara. You're more precious to me than any title, more beautiful than any crown. Oh, I almost forgot. I promised my mother I'd meet her in the rose garden. She wanted to talk about our wedding.
In that case, you better go.
I suppose I could be a little late.
Are you sure?
As sure as tomorrow will be the happiest day of my life.
That same afternoon, Eurystheus was reflecting on his own life, contemplating his future as king.
What troubles you so, Eurystheus?
O divine Hera, it is not becoming king that I fear, but the shadow of Hercules that hangs over my reign.
You have nothing to fear. You are the rightful king.
But the people love Hercules. They admire his great strength and courage. I am a king only by accident of birth, nothing more.
There are no accidents in life. You were born to be king, and you shall rule as one. Hear me well, Eurystheus. The time will come when Hercules will be at your feet, begging for mercy, pleading for forgiveness.
But how? When?
Soon, my king. Very soon.
Later, as Alcmene was tending her rose garden, Hera set out to make her prediction come true.
You must pay the price for your son's greatness. He must be brought to his knees. He must suffer the unending guilt of your loss.
Mother! Mother, what happened? Mother.
It's not your fault, Hercules. You can't keep blaming yourself.
It is my fault! If I'd been there as I promised, my mother would still be alive.
Hercules, I know the pain you're going through, but as terrible as it is, you must forgive yourself. It's been nearly a month now. We've got to move on with our lives.
You don't understand! I know you're trying to help Megara, but you can't change what's happened. Nothing you say can take away this terrible guilt I feel. I must go to the gods for help. They are my last hope.
So Hercules traveled north to Delphi, to the temple of Apollo, the god of light and purity, to seek forgiveness.
You feel you have committed a great wrong. It weighs heavily on you, and you wish to be cleansed of your guilt. Is that true?
That is so. But how can I make up for what's happened? What must I do to atone?
You must go to the man you dislike most in this world, and perform the 12 labors he will set for you. Only then will the burden of your guilt be lifted, and only then will you be free.
Thank you, O generous Apollo. But who is this man I so dislike?
Come now, Hercules. No one knows that better than you do. After all, the two of you were born on the same day.
Eurystheus? No, I will never go to him.
You say that now, Hercules, but when the burden of your guilt becomes too heavy, you will go.
Apollo, don't desert me! I can't live with this guilt any longer. I have no choice but to set aside my pride and go see Eurystheus. Until I bow to the will of the gods, we cannot be married.
How long will you be gone?
As long as it takes to perform the 12 labors Eurystheus chooses to set for me.
I have no doubt you'll accomplish all that is asked of you, but you must make me a promise, Hercules.
Anything.
You mustn't think of me while you're gone. Think only of the tasks at hand, for I'm sure they will be difficult and dangerous.
I'll miss you, Megara. But I'll do as you ask.
You must. I want you back no less handsome than you are now.
And if not?
Then the gods will have to deal with me.
Oh, the wrath of Megara. It sends a chill up the spine of any who cross it.
And don't forget it. Now go.
I shall return.
Be safe, my love.
He's here, Your Majesty! Hercules is here!
Straighten my robe, Coprius.
Do you remember our plan, Your Majesty?
Of course I remember. It was my plan. Just make sure you remember your place. You are my herald. Nothing more.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Greetings, Hercules. I've been expecting you.
Then you know why I've come.
Bad news travels fast.
I felt the same way when you became king.
Let us clarify one thing, Hercules. Whether you like it or not, I am your king, and I expect you to kneel in my presence.
As you wish, Your Majesty.
Lower. Much better. Now then, what can I, a mere king, do for such a brilliant hero as yourself?
It is not what you can do for me, but what I am prepared to do for you.
Ah, yes. Well, I suppose there are a few small matters that need to be taken care of. Since you're so eager to begin, I thought we might make your first task something simple. Tell him, Coprius.
Yes, a simple task for a simple mind. Anyway, in the land of Nemea, there is a lion so savage that he has been driving away those who live there. Your first task is to slay that lion.
You have the audacity to laugh at the task I set for you?
Forgive me, Your Majesty. You see, I feared you would ask me to do something really difficult.
Are you aware this lion has a hide so thick no weapon can penetrate it?
No weapon of yours, perhaps.
And that he has the strength of 10 men?
I appreciate your concern for my well-being, Your Majesty, but the reputation of this great beast is well known to me. You shall have your lion.
While Hercules had made light of the Nemean lion in front of the king, he knew in his heart it would not be an easy task.
We shall see just how tough your hide really is, my friend. This fight will be fair, then. Surely you're not tougher than forged steel. Lord, all you want, lion, for this will be the last time you do!
Hercules should have been back by now.
Perhaps his bravery was not enough to slay the lion.
That would be a shame. We were just getting started.
As am I, Your Majesty. What labor do you have for me next?
It appears you were right, Hercules. The first task was far too easy. Coprius!
Remove the cover.
Do you know this bird, Hercules?
Of course. It's one of the Stymphalian birds.
What a pleasant surprise! Your head contains more than just muscle.
With all due respect, Your Majesty, your surprise only reveals your own ignorance.
With all due respect to you, Hercules, my surprise only reflects your lack of academic achievement in school. Or have you forgotten we grew up together?
From the meager size of your arms, only one of us grew up properly. Enough! 1,000 pardons, O mighty ruler. Get up!
As you can see, the bird's beak, his claws and feathers are made of brass. What even you don't know is that these ferocious birds have increased in number, so much so that they are a threat to those traveling to the city of Stymphalus. Your next task is to drive away this massive flock.
Consider it done.
Be fair warned, Hercules. These birds are eaters of meat, not fish. They are capable of killing a man simply with their beak.
Your warning has been heard. The flock will be gone by week's end.
Hercules, take your trophy with you.
After a day's journey, Hercules arrived in the thick marshland of Stymphalus, armed only with his bow and arrow, not really sure how he would dispose of so many birds at once. Fortunately for Hercules, Zeus had been watching and sent Athena down to assist him.
Well well shot, Hercules.
Athena!
But there are 100 times as many birds as you have shot. How do you propose to deal with them?
I don't know, oh heavenly Athena. There aren't enough arrows in the world to rid this marsh of these birds. If you've come to offer guidance, now would be a good time.
Perhaps these will help.
But how can these tiny symbols rid the marsh of all these birds?
Strike them together and see for yourself.
The noise is deafening!
Imagine what it must sound like to the birds. Do it again. Because their beaks and feathers are made of brass, the sound vibrates to their very core. Again!
Go! Go! Fly away and never return! Thank you, Athena. Athena?
The birds flew east and were never seen in Greece again.
So far, I have given Hercules 2 tasks that should have been impossible to accomplish. Not only has he accomplished them, he has become more famous and admired than ever before.
Perhaps we've been too easy on him, Your Majesty.
Too easy? Do you know any other man who could have done what Hercules did? Do you?
I suggest, then, that we devise labors that are impossible for a single man to achieve, even one with the strength and courage of Hercules.
This will take some thought. But I'm sure we can create some tasks that are not only impossible, but extremely dangerous.
I will. Anything is possible. I can, I will. I am unstoppable. Never give up, never give in. Give me a challenge and let me begin. A nine-headed monster may put up a fight, but I will defeat him if it takes me all night. I can outdistance a fleet-footed hind. I'll chase him for miles, then bring him in line. I can, I will. Anything is possible. I can, I will. I am unstoppable. Never give up, never give in. Give me a challenge and let me begin. A bull-breathing fire may not want to yield, but I'll hold my ground with the help of my shield. A herd of wild horses will not get away. I'll capture them all with the help of my chain. I can, I will. Anything is possible. I can, I will. I am unstoppable, never give up, never give in. Give me a challenge and let me begin. I can, I will, anything is possible. I can, I will. I am unstoppable, never give up, never give in. Give me a challenge and let me begin.
Thank you, Father Zeus. My journey to forgiveness is nearly over.
Do not grow complacent, my son. While you have performed the first 10 tasks with great heart, the final labors will take all of your courage and guile to accomplish. Beware, my son. Beware.
Stories of your incredible feats have traveled like the wind. Some even amaze me. You are truly the bravest man on the face of this earth.
You are brave as well, Megara. I know how difficult this is for you.
My courage comes from you, Hercules. From seeing how you have conquered all that's been set before you. I draw my strength from yours.
Don't take too much, my love. I still have 2 more labors to achieve. I know what you're thinking. You wish those children were ours, don't you?
I do, Hercules. I can't wait for the day.
Just be patient a while longer, my love. We shall have all the children you want.
But when? I fear sometimes that your labors will never end.
They will end, Megara, and I'll be back safely. No man has ever had a greater prize waiting for him than I have in you. Where's the king? We have work to do.
If I were you, and I'm glad I'm not, I wouldn't be so anxious to hear your next labor.
There is no task you can set for me that I cannot do.
Is that so? Well, you may have fooled the king, but you haven't fooled me.
What are you talking about?
It's clear you could not have conquered all these tasks without a little help from the gods. If it were up to me, there are some tasks I wouldn't count as completed.
You listen to me, Coprius, and listen well. Though it's the king who sets my labors, I perform them not for him, but for the gods. So I don't care what you or the king think. Don't you have somewhere you need to be? What are you doing, Coprius? Get off the floor!
Yes, Your Majesty. Sorry, Your Majesty.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Hercules, but you won't be disappointed. I think I have a good one for you this time.
Tell it to me.
Certainly, one as worldly as you must know of the apples of Hesperides.
When the goddess Hera married Zeus, Mother Earth presented her with a tree of golden apples.
Exactly. Your task is simple. Merely bring me some apples from that tree.
But no one knows where that tree is planted.
Oh, what a pity. Do you forfeit this task, then?
I forfeit nothing. You shall have your apples.
I think we've stumped him this time.
Silence, you fool!
Hercules wandered for days in search of the golden apple tree, but his search was hopeless. The garden where the tree was supposed to be planted was nowhere to be found.
Are you all right?
Surely you have more important things to do than worry about an old woman.
I do have a mission, yes, but I can't leave you here in the hot sun. Drink some of this cool water. Athena! It's you again!
Ah, you are a caring man, Hercules. Despite your own troubles, you stopped to help another. Now let me help you with your next task.
Then you know where to find the Garden of Hesperides.
Only the sea god Nereus knows where to find it.
And where would I find him?
At the mouth of the River Po. But be prepared, Hercules. He's a slippery old rascal.
Let go of me! Get your hands off me! Let go, I say!
Not until you tell me what I need to know.
There's not a man alive who can hold on to me. All right, you win. What do you want to know?
You must tell me where to find the Garden of Hesperides and how to get the golden apples. Laugh all you want, Nereus, but I will hold you for as long as you refuse to tell me.
Very well. I can tell you where to find the garden. But as far as how to get the apples, it's up to you. The tree you seek is in a walled garden on the slopes of the mountains across the sea, far to the west.
I'll find it.
If you do, you'll see that the tree is guarded by the dragon Ladon, who never sleeps.
I've dealt with the Hydra. I can deal with the dragon.
But the daughters of Atlas also watch the apples. Will you slay them too?
No, that I cannot do. There must be another way.
You figure it out. Now I'd appreciate it if you'd let go of my hair. That's better.
My gratitude, Nereus. You've done what I asked of you. I'll leave you be.
Wait! If you should ask Atlas for his help, remember this. A man freed of his burden is a man freed.
What does that mean? Oh, never mind.
It took Hercules nearly a year to find the Garden of Hesperides. But find it he did. And true to the words of Nereus, the tree was guarded by a dragon and watched by the daughters of Atlas.
Don't be afraid. Your lives are not in danger.
Are you going to slay our dragon?
I had not planned to. I merely need to take some apples from the tree. Now, if you don't mind, I'll just help myself to a few apples.
We are braver than the dragon.
I can see that. Perhaps I could just take 3 or 4?
No!
2 or 3?
None! You must slay us first!
I would slay myself before I would harm 2 such charming ladies. Oh, there must be something I can do in return for some apples. I know! There. Now you can sit in the shade instead of the sun.
We like the sun.
All right, then. In case you haven't noticed, I'm much bigger and stronger than you are. I could simply take as many apples as I please.
Then we will be punished, and you'll suffer the guilt of our punishment.
I've suffered enough guilt already, thanks. I'll find another way. Excuse me?
Don't sneak up on me like that. I nearly dropped the heavens. Who do you think you are, anyway?
My apology, O mighty Atlas. I am Hercules. I came here because I thought you might help me with a task that was set for me by the king of Mycenae.
In case you didn't notice, I'm a little tied up with my own task at the moment.
But I need your help, O powerful one. The king has asked that I bring him some golden apples from the Garden of Hesperides. A difficult task for me, but an easy one for you.
Easy? Impossible would be more like it. I cannot go down to the garden. I have been punished by Zeus, and will never be able to put down the heavens. Besides, the garden is guarded by a deadly dragon.
Not anymore. The dragon has been defeated.
And my daughters?
Don't worry. Your daughters are safe. I'll tell you what. I'll hold the heavens for you while you go and ask your daughters for the apples.
Really, Hercules? No mortal is strong enough to hold up the heavens.
Why not let me try? I imagine you could use the rest.
Well, if you really think you can do it, come closer. A little closer. That's it. Now brace yourself. Steady. I'm impressed. I didn't think there was another on Earth who could hold up the sky for even a moment. Now, I will fulfill my part of the bargain and get you some apples.
Hurry! What took you so long?
Ah, you must forgive me, Hercules. I have not seen my daughters for so long. We had a lot of catching up to do. Your apples?
I'm eternally grateful. Now, if you just take the sky back... Oh!
Careful! You nearly lost a couple of stars. You know, I've been thinking. I'm sure it was a long, tiring trip for you to get here. So I'd be more than happy to deliver these apples to the king for you.
Remember this, Hercules. A man freed of his burden is a man freed.
Nice time to remind me.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Actually, I could use the rest, but before you go, would you mind taking back the heavens for a moment so I can make a pad for my shoulder?
Of course! It's quite heavy. Believe me, I know.
This is very kind of you, Atlas. Come to think of it, you've already done me a big favor by getting me these apples. I wouldn't dream of asking you to take them all the way to the king.
I don't mind.
Nevertheless, I'd rather do it myself.
But...
No, I insist. Thanks again, Atlas. Have a nice evening.
Oh, well. Maybe next time.
The goddess Hera will be angry, Hercules. These apples belong to her. You should have thought of that before you asked me to take them. They belong to you now, most royal king. It is you who must deal with her wrath.
You took them!
At your request.
Remove these apples from my sight!
But, Your Majesty...
Take them away now!
Yes, Your Majesty. Right away, Your Majesty. Whatever you say, Your Majesty.
So, Hercules, we have come to this, your final labor. I have been everywhere, Eurystheus. Done everything you asked. There is nowhere left for you to send me.
Wrong. There is still one place. A place from which no man has ever returned.
And what place is that? The underworld. The domain of Hades?
You're not afraid, are you?
I fear nothing.
Good. Your task is to bring back Cerberus, the watchdog of Hades. If you can do that, you deserve to be called the greatest hero Greece has ever known. But it'll never happen.
Needing a guide, Hercules enlisted the aid of Hermes, who led him deep into the recesses of the earth.
How much further, Hermes?
We are nearly at the Styx, the river that separates the living from the dead. Hades is on the other side. Hey, you there! Wake up! Ferry us across the river. He's afraid because you're not a spirit.
True, I am not a ghost, but if you do not wish to become a ghost yourself, you'll take me across.
Once Hercules makes up his mind to do something, there's no stopping him. The spirits await your arrival.
I'm not ready to join them yet. Show me where I can find Cerberus.
Go no further.
Minoetes, this is Hercules. He has come for one reason and one reason only. He has been sent by the king for Cerberus.
Your king is not my king. You may not pass.
You cannot stop me!
Stop!
underworld is filled with ghosts. We do not need another.
Hades!
Why have you brought this man here, Hermes?
It is not the doing of Hermes. I'm here because my future depends on it.
There is no future here.
Believe me, I have no plans to stay. I have come for Cerberus, your watchdog. Then I will leave.
And if I refuse?
It is Minoetis who will suffer.
No, please, Hercules, have mercy!
So, you are the brave warrior of whom everyone speaks. We know of your exploits even down here, Hercules.
I don't have time for idle chatter, Hades. Minoetis for Cerberus.
If you can master Cerberus with your bare hands, you can take him. But I warn you, you're a fool to try.
Beware of fools, Hades. They can often surprise you.
This way. His tail is filled with poison, and his claws are like rapiers.
Open the gate. He's mine!
A bargain is a bargain, Hercules. But I warn you, if you ever decide to return, you will never leave.
Hercules thanked Hermes for his help, and they began the journey back to the face of the earth.
Until now, Eurystheus, this creature has never seen the light of day. Are you pleased?
Astonished would be more appropriate.
Do you wish to hold him?
Get that thing away from me!
It's a trick, Your Majesty. It's not possible to tame Cerberus.
I think he likes you, Copria.
Ah!
The skin from the lion you had me slay protected me from Cerberus's sharp claws and poisonous tail. I thank you for your help, Your Majesty.
Send him away, Your Majesty. Make him go away.
Release the creature at once!
Gladly. Tell me, O mighty king, do you agree that I've completed all of my labors, or have you decided to add yet another task for your amusement?
You have completed your tasks, and completed them well, Hercules. It is time to bury the past. I can't deny that you are a true hero.
Then I'm free to go?
Only you can answer that. While I did set your tasks, you were never my prisoner, but a prisoner of your own guilt. The power of forgiveness must come from within.
And so it has. Before I leave, I want you to know something. You have no need to fear me. I wish only to be happy and at peace with myself. I don't wish to be king anymore, nor do I wish to be your rival. Perhaps someday we might even be friends.
I respect what you have done, Hercules, and I will value our friendship. Now, go in peace.
Hercules has proven himself to be a worthy son, O noble Zeus. He has won my respect and admiration.
When his work on Earth is done, he shall join us here on Olympus and be a god like us.
The gods are lucky, Hercules. You came back even more handsome than when you left.
Then you're ready to marry me?
Well, I've been giving this a lot of thought, and, well, you have been away for a long time, and... Hercules! Hercules, put me down!
Are you sure?
Not in the water!
Will you be my wife?
Yes.
I can't hear you!
Yes! 1,000 times yes!
I love you, Megara. I love you.
Soon after, they were married. And legend has it that when his days on earth were through, the son of Zeus did indeed become a god.